Oh my goodness, Chit Chat Kit Kats. Well, I've been watching the Lahaina thing, the Maui, and I did hear from one person I know there. There's another person that I think still lives on Maui, and I hope that he's okay because he had already been burnt in a fire severely when he was young, his whole face and a lot of his body. So he's already been caught in a fire and burnt severely. So I hope that he's, no longer living in Maui or not in that area, because to think that he's gone through that once and he could have perished in this fire is just, it's just horrendous to think of. Now, they're saying that, at first they said 6 people, 36 people, 56 people. They think there's hundreds of people that have perished in Lahaina. And it's going to take quite some time to rebuild. One of the guys was on there talking today and said they may just leave the island because they've got nothing, just the clothes on their back. So really a lot of devastation for a lot of people there. Just we're having such bad weather things everywhere, and I still haven't heard, I don't think they've found out yet what caused the fire to begin with. I know the one person I know, they sent pictures from where they lived, and off in the distance you could see that it was just red from the flames. So yeah, it's just devastating for a lot of people over there now. So we hope that the best can be done. What can be done, I don't know, because people have lost their homes, their businesses, and I mean they had no time to get out with anything. Now I know what it's like to lose everything and be homeless. I've been through that before, and it is a devastating thing to try to build yourself up from nothing, to lose everything, and then to try to have to rebuild and so again, we wish them the best, and hopefully they can rebuild, and hopefully, I know that Biden said he's sending some aid over there, which is good. Thank God they don't have Trump over there, because he'd be giving out old bottles of water that have been stored for years and paper towels and say, "You're fabulous," okay? Anyway, we're going to see what happens today in court. Of course, Trump's lawyers tried to push it back as usual, and the judge says no. You have a 5-page thing you had to read. That's it. You will show up today, okay? So we'll have to see what happens with that. But, according to the reading, if the cards are right, if it's, if they're giving this the skinny on it, she's not going to pull any punches. She's going to tell him in no uncertain terms, I think, that you do this again, you're going to jail, okay? You realize that if we revoke your bail, you go to jail. Okay, it's not for a couple hours for a photo op. Okay, you will sit in jail until it's time for your trial to start. So we'll have to see what happens. Is she sleepy, Lily Boo Boom? Yeah, you're taking a little snooze. Yeah, little Lily Boom Boom. She's been out rooting in the dirt too. Yeah. Yeah, they're both sacked out again. I got to go out and fill out that hole that he's got a hole dug like this today already. Little bugger. So I've got to go fill that hole back up again. It's so bad. And it's horrible that they're white because they come in just with mud, just dirt, caking their face. Oh, I wish I could have gotten a picture of it this morning, Mick. He looks up and his whole face is full of mud. It's like, oh, Mickey. And then he runs in and he runs over like this and jumps up on me. You're just such a little bully boy. You are. Yeah. And then little Lily, she's such a little princess. Yeah. So she's just cute. Yeah. One more week and Mr. Mickey Mick will be 5 months old. So he doesn't have a whole lot more growing, but he does have some more growing that can happen. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll just be glad when he's out of the puppy stage because I'm telling you, he is all boy. Just roughhousing and, getting into everything he can get into. But you gotta love him. You just love him to death. And I just want to put out condolences for everybody. There's been so many people recently that have lost their pets, to old age or all of the things that happen. Like I lost May, and then I lost Mr. Max, and then Mona Moo, and then little Nicky Rex. I mean, just boom, 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 and you just never know what's coming up with them. And just things you can't do anything about. So, what are you going to do? And I know when they've passed over, sometimes they come and visit, and you can tell they've come back to visit for a short time. And, but it leaves such a hole in the energy of the house. Even if they sleep most of the day, you can still feel their presence. And when they're not there, it does leave such a hole in the energy. And it's so, difficult. Just that transition that happens. Mickey Mick is laying on his back. A spread eagle. Oh, he's such a funny little boy. Funny little duder. Anyway, as you can hear, my voice is still, I think it's turning a corner, getting a bit better, then all of a sudden it goes haywire. Like yesterday, I went to open my mouth and it was really, it was really bad. I was like, oh my God, it sounded horrible. And I did have the doctor call and he said, come in and we'll look at your voice. But then he said, you could take up to a year. So I figured, why go down there and be put through that torture when there's really not much you can do about it. It's either going to get better or it's not. So I just decided I'm not going to take a 4-hour trip and have that thing put down. I think they do up your nose and down your throat. And I said, no, I don't want to go through that for them to say, yep, they look damaged. So I decided not to go. And just to stay. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting out in the van again. Now I have it all decorated, ready to go, but I went in the other day in the heat of it. So many things have come down because I put them up with the double back heavy tape, and that heat. I had candles sitting in there. They melted. I mean, the candles just they totally melted. I mean, it's just, so I've got to go back in and re-put everything up to get it ready to go again. Oh my God. But I went through the video of it yesterday again and looked at it, my Vardo van. And it was good to see it. And I'm looking forward to hitting the road again. So I'll see if I can find the link. I'll put the link so those that have not seen my van, you can see what it looks like. I have it decorated like a gypsy Vardo. So I'm really looking forward to going out and enjoying things. So hopefully when this summer heat breaks, I'll be able to go do that. Yeah. And then I have somebody that I know, she's been a student of mine, and she's in the field working with drug addictions and first responders and things. And she uses a methodology that I developed, and it's been working quite well. And so she's going to come out. We've decided we'll go out, and Ronaldo said he would come out here and watch the puppies for a few days. So we're going to take a few days and go to maybe LA and go have dim sum and just have a good girls outing, because I haven't done that for so long. And we both love dim sum. Now she's Vietnamese, and so we're thinking about going out there and doing that, and then maybe go over where I'm getting so many of my jade pieces, so many of my jades, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah, so many of my jades I've gotten from a shop that's over there in Orange County. And I need to take this one in because I had gotten a crack and I wrapped it with leather. But I'm going to have him do a 24 karat band on there, because this is actually one of my best jades that I've had forever, because it's very translucent. You can't tell it on here, but if you hold it up to the light, you will see that it's very, very translucent. It's an ice jade. You would call it an ice jade. So, yeah, unfortunately, I dropped it on concrete. Yeah, crack. So I'm glad that it didn't break in two places. It only just got the crack in it. So I'm going to go have that fixed rather than having the leather. Although the leather has held up really well on there. But yeah, we'll see. Now some days it looks kind of starting to get a little tinge of green, which is interesting. Because I do have one little thing of green in here, and it's starting to kind of show up more on the bangle. Yeah, in some lights it's starting to look kind of green, which is interesting. Now, like I said, I've had this bangle for many, many, many years. So we'll see. Anyway, those are things that are coming up. But I really, really hope the one guy that I knew is okay. Because I know he was over on Maui too, and like I said, he has been severely burned in his life when he was young. His whole face. And I think, as he said, really a huge percentage of his body had gotten burned. And I forget how many operations they did on him. But I know he was in Maui as well. That's just... Hopefully I see something from him somewhere, that he's okay. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here. I may go out and get some Dutch Brothers coffee here this morning. And, just try to stay in out of the heat as much as possible. And I've got my two little munchkins here sleeping. Now, last evening, little Lily Boom Boom still sleeps in that little kind of house kennel thing that I have. And I left it open for her, but Mickey wants to come in and stick his head in there, and she's like, back off. Because he wants to go in there and take all her stuff out of there. So I shut it up during the night so he can't bother her. And now she understands. That's why I'm shutting it, because then Mickey doesn't bother her and she can rest. And then she goes, oh, okay, that's okay. That works. She'll go in there by herself and knows that that's her little bedroom area. And Mickey's not going to disturb her because she's, got it closed up so he can't get in, because he's such a little ruffian. He'll go in there and take her little blankets and yank them out. It was like he's bad. He is such a bad little rambunctious boy. Oh my goodness. That's all he keeps reminding me of. He's just this rambunctious little boy energy. And she's like this little princess, like... Oh my goodness, the two of them. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here and see what else is on the net. And if you have other things to look at, let me know. And I'll see you online.